Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to step into a world of infinite possibilities, a world where everything you desire is within your reach. The time has come to stop wishing and start manifesting. This is your moment to take control, align your intentions, and claim the life you deserve. Now, manifestation is not about luck. It's about clarity, belief, and action. It's a powerful process that allows you to create the reality you desire by tapping into your inner power. If you are ready to manifest and gain everything, let's explore how you can take this journey, step by step. To manifest the life you desire, everything begins with clarity. Without a clear vision, your efforts become scattered and your intentions lose focus. Imagine setting out on a journey without knowing your destination. You would wander aimlessly, unsure of which direction to take. The same applies to your dreams and aspirations. A well-defined vision acts as your compass, guiding you toward your ultimate goal. Clarity is not just about having a vague idea of what you want. It's about defining every detail with precision. Many people dream of success, happiness, or wealth, but when asked to describe these desires in depth, they falter. What does success look like to you? Is it financial freedom, the ability to travel, or running a thriving business? What does happiness feel like in your daily life? Is it spending quality time with loved ones, pursuing your passions, or achieving personal growth? These are the questions you must answer to develop a clear and actionable vision. To start, take time to reflect on your deepest desires. This is not about what society expects from you or what others think you should achieve. Your vision must come from within, rooted in your authentic self. Close your eyes and picture the life you want to create. Where are you living? What does your daily routine look like? Who are you surrounded by? How do you feel as you live this life? Engage all your senses in this process. Imagine the sights, sounds, and even the scents that define this ideal life. The more vivid your vision, the more powerful it will resonate within you. Writing down your vision can be a transformative exercise. When thoughts are confined to your mind, they often remain fleeting and unstructured. Putting them on paper solidifies your ideas and brings them into the physical world. Start by describing your goals in detail. If you want to own a home, describe its architecture, the layout of the rooms, the color of the walls, and the view from the windows. Contrast this if you aspire to a fulfilling career. Outline the type of work you'll be doing, the impact you'll have, and how it aligns with your values. Writing in the present tense can further enhance your connection to the vision, as if it's already a part of your reality. Clarity also requires prioritization. You may have multiple aspirations, but not all of them will carry the same weight or urgency. Identify the goals that truly matter to you and focus your energy on them. Trying to achieve everything at once can dilute your efforts and lead to frustration. By narrowing your focus, you create a clearer path forward, making it easy to align your actions with your intentions. Another crucial aspect of clarifying your vision is understanding your why. Why do you want what you want? Your why is the driving force behind your goals, providing the motivation and purpose to keep you moving forward. For example, if your goal is to achieve financial independence, ask yourself why it matters to you. Is it to provide security for your family, to have the freedom to pursue your passions, or to make a difference in the world? When you connect with a deeper meaning behind your desires, your vision becomes more compelling and resilient. Clarity also involves recognizing and addressing any internal conflicts or doubts. Sometimes people struggle to define their vision because they fear failure or feel unworthy of success. These limiting beliefs can cloud your intentions and hold you back. It's essential to confront these doubts and replace them with empowering beliefs. Remind yourself that you have the right to dream big and that you are capable of achieving greatness. Visualization is a powerful tool to reinforce your clarity. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your ideal life as if it's already happening. This practice strengthens your connection to your vision and trains your mind to focus on possibilities rather than obstacles. The more you visualize, the more your mind begins to believe in the reality of your vision. aligning your thoughts and actions with your goals. Consistency is key in maintaining clarity. As life evolves, your goals and priorities may shift. Periodically revisit your vision to ensure it still aligns with your values and aspirations. Adjustments are not a sign of failure, but a reflection of growth and self-awareness. Embrace the process as a dynamic journey rather than a rigid destination. Ultimately, clarity is not just about knowing what you want. It's about embodying that vision in every aspect of your being. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with your goals, you create a powerful force that draws your desires closer. Clarity transforms your dreams from abstract ideas into tangible realities, setting the stage for manifestation and the fulfillment of everything you desire. Believing in your worthiness is the cornerstone of achieving your desires. Without this belief, no amount of effort, planning, or action will bring lasting success. Worthiness is the foundation upon which your dreams are built, and it is essential to deeply internalize the truth that you are deserving of everything you desire. This belief is not a luxury. It is a necessity for creating the life you envision. Worthiness begins with self-awareness. Many people are conditioned to doubt themselves, often as a result of past experiences, societal messages, or the influence of others. These doubts can become internalized, leading to feelings of inadequacy or unworthiness. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward change. It requires you to confront the negative beliefs you've held about yourself, whether they stem from criticism, failure, or comparisons to others. Acknowledging these thoughts is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful act of self-awareness that paves the way for transformation. Good morning. To believe in your worthiness, you must let go of the idea that worth is something to be earned. It is not tied to your accomplishments, wealth, appearance, or the opinions of others. Your worthiness is inherent. It exists simply because you exist. Many people fall into the trap of conditional worthiness, believing they will only be deserving once they achieve a certain goal or meet a specific standard. This mindset creates an endless cycle of striving without ever feeling satisfied. True worthiness comes from accepting yourself as you are, with all your strengths and imperfections. Building a belief in your worthiness requires deliberate effort and consistent practice. One of the most effective ways to do this is through affirmations. Positive affirmations are powerful tools that help rewire your subconscious mind, replacing negative beliefs with empowering ones. Statements like, "I am worthy of love and success," "I deserve happiness and abundance," or "I am enough as I am," can transform your mindset over time. The key is to repeat these affirmations daily, with genuine emotion and conviction. When you affirm your worthiness regularly, you begin to internalize these truths, shifting your self-perception and attracting positive outcomes. Another vital aspect of believing in your worthiness is self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and forgiveness that you would offer a close friend. Too often, people are their own harshest critics, dwelling on mistakes and shortcomings instead of recognizing their progress and potential. Self-compassion allows you to embrace your humanity and view your flaws as opportunities for growth rather than reasons for self-doubt. When you extend compassion to yourself, you strengthen your belief in your inherent value. Self-worth also involves setting boundaries. When you believe in your worthiness, you no longer tolerate situations or relationships that diminish your value. You become more discerning about how you spend your time, who you surround yourself with, and what you allow into your life. Boundaries are not about shutting others out. They're about protecting your energy and ensuring that your actions align with your values. When you respect yourself enough to set boundaries, you signal to the world and to yourself that you are deserving of respect and care. One of the most significant obstacles to believing in your worthiness is the fear of rejection or failure. These fears can make you hesitate, shrink your dreams, or settle for less than you deserve. It's important to understand that rejection and failure are not reflections of your worth. They are simply experiences, and they do not define you. Every successful person has faced setbacks, but what sets them apart is their resilience and their unwavering belief in their worthiness to succeed. Embracing this perspective allows you to take risks and pursue your goals with confidence, knowing that your worth remains intact, regardless of the outcome. Gratitude is another powerful tool for cultivating a sense of worthiness. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your mindset to one of abundance. Gratitude reminds you of your blessings and reinforces the belief that you are deserving of good things. It also opens your heart to receive even more, creating a positive feedback loop of worthiness and abundance. Believing in your worthiness requires you to detach from external validation. While recognition and approval from others can be gratifying, they should not determine your sense of self-worth. True worthiness comes from within. It is about knowing who you are and valuing yourself regardless of external circumstances. When you stop seeking validation from others, you reclaim your power and become the source of your own confidence and self-esteem. Your worthiness is not just a feeling, it is a state of being. It is about embodying the belief that you are enough and acting in ways that reflect this truth. This means prioritizing self-care, pursuing your passions, and making choices that align with your highest good. When you live in alignment with your worthiness, you naturally attract opportunities, relationships, and experiences that reinforce your belief in yourself. Ultimately, believing in your worthiness is a journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance. It is about peeling away the layers of doubt and fear to uncover the radiant truth of who you are. As you cultivate this belief, you will find that your dreams no longer feel out of reach. Instead, they become inevitable outcomes of the confident, worthy person you have always been. When you truly believe in your worthiness, you unlock the power to manifest and gain everything you desire. Aligning your thoughts is a fundamental step in the process of manifestation and creating the life you desire. Your thoughts are powerful. They shape your perception, influence your emotions, and ultimately dictate your actions. The energy and frequency of your thoughts determine the kind of experiences you attract into your life. When your thoughts are aligned with your goals and desires, you create a harmonious connection between your inner world and the external reality you wish to create. The first step to aligning your thoughts is to become aware of them. Most of us have thousands of thoughts each day, and many occur unconsciously. These automatic thoughts are often shaped by past experiences, societal influences, and deeply ingrained beliefs. Without awareness, it's easy for your mind to become cluttered with negativity, self-doubt, and fear. To align your thoughts, you must bring them into your conscious awareness. Pay attention to your mental dialogue and notice patterns. Are your thoughts predominantly positive or negative? Are they focused on possibilities or limitations? Awareness is the key to identifying whether your current thinking supports or hinders your goals. Patterns. Once you've cultivated awareness, the next step is to actively choose thoughts that align with your desires. This is not about forcing positivity or denying reality, but rather about directing your focus toward empowering and constructive ideas. For example, if your goal is to achieve financial stability, replace thoughts of scarcity and fear with those of abundance and opportunity. Instead of thinking, "I'll never have enough money," shift to, "I am open to opportunities that bring financial growth." By consciously choosing thoughts that support your goals, you create a mental environment conducive to manifestation. Your thoughts also influence your emotions, which play a crucial role in the manifestation process. When your thoughts are aligned with your desires, they generate emotions like excitement, joy, and gratitude. These emotions amplify your intentions and raise your vibrational frequency, attracting experiences that match your energy. Conversely, misaligned thoughts can create feelings of doubt, frustration, and fear, which lower your frequency and repel the very outcomes you seek. To align your thoughts effectively, cultivate emotions that resonate with your vision. Feel as though your desires are already a reality, and let that sense of fulfillment guide your thoughts and actions. One of the challenges in aligning your thoughts is overcoming limiting beliefs. These are deeply ingrained assumptions that can sabotage your progress by convincing you that your goals are unattainable. Limiting beliefs often stem from childhood experiences, societal conditioning, or past failures. For instance, you might believe that success is only for a select few, or that you're not talented enough to achieve your dreams. These beliefs create mental roadblocks that prevent your thoughts from aligning with your aspirations. To overcome them, challenge their validity. Ask yourself whether these beliefs are based on facts or assumptions. Replace them with affirmations that reflect the truth of your potential, such as, "I am capable of achieving greatness," or "I have everything I need to succeed." Visualization is a powerful technique to help align your thoughts with your desires. By vividly imagining the life you want, you train your mind to focus on your goals rather than distractions or doubt. When you visualize, engage all your senses to make the experience as real as possible. See yourself living your dream. Hear the sounds that accompany it. Feel the emotions of fulfillment, and even imagine the scents and textures associated with your vision. This practice strengthens the neural pathways in your brain, making it easier to maintain thoughts that align with your desires. Another important aspect of aligning your thoughts is consistency. Your mind is like a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. If you consistently plant seeds of positivity, confidence, and determination, you will cultivate a thriving mental landscape that supports your goals. However, if you allow weeds of negativity, fear, and doubt to take root, they will overshadow your aspirations. Daily practices such as journaling, meditation, and repeating affirmations can help you maintain consistent alignment. These habits reinforce your commitment to your vision and keep your thoughts focused on what truly matters. Aligning your thoughts also requires you to manage external influences. The people, media, and environments you engage with can significantly impact your mental state. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire and uplift you. Limit exposure to negative news or conversations that drain your energy. Instead, seek out content, communities, and experiences that reinforce your positive mindset. By creating your external influences, you create a supportive environment that helps you stay aligned with your goals. Aya Antafka. It's important to recognize that misaligned thoughts will inevitably arise from time to time. This is a normal part of being human. The key is not to resist or suppress these thoughts, but to acknowledge them without judgment and gently redirect your focus. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "What if I fail?" acknowledge the thought and then counter it with, "What if I succeed beyond my wildest dreams?" This practice of redirection helps you regain control of your mental state and stay aligned with your vision. Gratitude is another powerful tool for aligning your thoughts. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your attention from lack to abundance. Gratitude helps you recognize the progress you've already made and strengthens your belief in your ability to achieve more. Make it a habit to reflect on your blessings daily, no matter how small they may seem. This practice not only aligns your thoughts with abundance, but also elevates your emotions, creating a positive feedback loop that enhances manifestation. Meditation has been a huge part of my life. It began when I was 14 years old. Ultimately, aligning your thoughts is about creating harmony between your mind, emotions, and desires. It's about consciously choosing to focus on what you want rather than what you fear. This alignment fosters a sense of clarity, confidence, and purpose that propels you toward your goals. By cultivating awareness, challenging limiting beliefs, practicing visualization, and maintaining consistency, you can align your thoughts with your highest aspirations and unlock the power to create the life you desire. The process of manifestation is not just about thinking or visualizing what you want. It goes much deeper. To truly manifest your desires, you must feel as though what you want is already yours. This emotional alignment is a powerful tool that accelerates the manifestation process, helping to bring your desires into reality. Feeling as if your dreams have already materialized creates a vibrational frequency that matches the energy of your desires, which in turn attracts them into your life. This principle is at the core of the law of attraction, which states that like attracts like. When you feel as though something is already a part of your reality, you are shifting your mental and emotional state to match the frequency of your desires. Emotions are energy in motion, and they vibrate at a certain frequency. The more positive and abundant your feelings, the higher your vibration. If you are constantly feeling joy, excitement, and gratitude, as though your dreams have already come true, you are aligning yourself with the frequency of your desires. Emotional state then becomes a magnet that pulls your desires closer. The process begins with belief. Believing in the possibility of your dream is crucial, but it is not enough. You must go beyond belief and enter the realm of feeling. When you deeply believe that your desires are inevitable, you begin to embody those desires emotionally. For example, if you desire a successful career, instead of imagining what it might be like, start to feel the pride, excitement, and fulfillment of already living that life. How would it feel to be recognized for your talents and accomplishments? How would it feel to wake up every day doing something you love and making a positive impact on the world? It's not enough to think about these things. Immerse yourself in the feelings associated with them. This feeling of already having it transcends the concept of hope or expectation. Hope is often tied to a feeling of lack or a desire for something that feels distant. Expectation carries the energy of anticipation, as though something is coming in the future. But the key to effective manifestation is to adopt the emotional state of someone who has already received their desires. In this state, you're not waiting for something to come to you. You're radiating the energy of having it already. When you feel as though your desires are already yours, you create an energetic alignment with them. This emotional resonance is magnetic. Just as tuning a radio to the right frequency allows you to hear the station clearly, tuning your emotions to the frequency of your desires allows you to align with them more seamlessly. By embodying the feelings of already having your desires, you make it easier for the universe or the law of attraction to match you with the people, opportunities, and resources that will bring those desires into physical form. The importance of emotion cannot be overstated. Thought alone, no matter how focused or positive, is not enough to manifest. Thoughts are potent, but it is the emotions tied to those thoughts that send out the signal to the universe. Feeling is what powers your thoughts and gives them the energy to materialize into your reality. For example, imagine you desire a new home. Simply thinking about it doesn't create the vibration that attracts it. But when you start to feel the excitement and joy of living in that dream home, visualizing yourself in the kitchen, feeling the spaciousness of the rooms, imagining the peace of your surroundings, you align yourself with the energy of that reality. You begin to act, think, and make decisions as though it is already yours, and the universe responds accordingly. This practice of feeling as if your desires are already here requires letting go of the need for proof or evidence. In many cases, we hold back from truly feeling as though our desires are here because we haven't seen any tangible evidence of them yet. This is where the leap of faith comes in. You must trust that your emotional energy will eventually manifest into physical form. This trust is what separates those who can effectively manifest from those who remain stuck in a cycle of doubt and resistance. The more you practice feeling as if it's already yours, the more confident you become in the process, and the faster your desires will materialize. Feeling as if your desires are already in your life also involves cultivating gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotional state that shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. When you feel grateful for the things you desire, as though they are already a part of your life, you strengthen your emotional vibration and accelerate the manifestation process. The key is to feel grateful for both the tangible and intangible elements of your desires. Feel grateful for the abundance of opportunities, the supportive people in your life, and the experiences that lead you closer to your dream. In practice, you can incorporate this feeling into your daily life through intentional exercises. Each morning as you wake up, take a moment to close your eyes and visualize the life you desire. Don't just picture it. Feel it. Imagine yourself living it with all the sensory details, sights, sounds, smells, and most importantly, the emotions of that experience. Let those emotions fill your entire being. As you move through your day, check in with your emotional state. Are you still aligned with the feeling of having your dreams realized? If not, pause for a moment, breathe deeply, and reconnect with that emotion. The power of feeling as if your desires are already yours lies in its ability to transform your mindset, actions, and energy. When you operate from the belief and emotion of already having your desires, you begin to naturally make decisions that align with that reality. You take inspired action, you become more confident, and you start to act in ways that bring you closer to your dreams. So your subconscious mind, which operates in harmony with your emotions, begins to guide you toward the right opportunities, people, and situations. Your reality begins to shift as a result of the emotional energy you're radiating. Ultimately, feeling as if it's already yours is the key that unlocks the power of manifestation. It's not just about visualizing a future outcome, but about embodying that outcome in the present moment. When you consistently feel the joy, excitement, and gratitude of already having what you desire, you create a magnetic force that attracts those desires into your life. The universe responds to the energy you emit, and as you align your emotions with your goals, you make the impossible possible. Taking inspired action is one of the most crucial aspects of manifestation, yet it is often misunderstood. Manifestation isn't a passive process. It requires active participation from you. However, it's not about forcing or striving relentlessly toward your goals. Instead, it's about tuning into a higher level of guidance, following your intuition, and acting from a place of inspiration and alignment. Inspired action is the kind of action that comes from a place of inner knowing and excitement, rather than fear, doubt, or obligation. Again, manifestation is how you become deeply ingrained in something and react to it. Inspiration is the kind of action that comes from a place of inner knowing and excitement, rather than fear, doubt, or obligation. It's the action that feels right, energizing, and fulfilling, and it always moves you closer to your desires. Many people fall into the trap of thinking that if they simply focus on their goals and visualize their dreams, everything will come to them without any effort. While the law of attraction emphasizes the power of thought and emotion in manifesting desires, it is also essential to remember that action is the bridge between thought and reality. Without action, even the most powerful thoughts and emotions cannot materialize into physical experiences. Yet, the key to taking action in a way that supports your manifestation is to focus on inspired action, not forced action. Inspired action is different from regular, everyday actions that are taken out of routine, pressure, or obligation. It's action that arises naturally from a place of passion, excitement, or intuition. It's when you feel pulled towards something that aligns with your vision, even if you're not entirely sure of the outcome. This type of action doesn't come from a place of desperation or doubt. Instead, it emerges from trust and the feeling that you are moving in the right direction. When you take inspired action, you feel energized by it, and you are deeply motivated because you know it is leading you closer to your desired outcome. To begin taking inspired action, you must first create space for it. Inspired action cannot be forced or rushed. It requires clarity, patience, and a willingness to listen to your inner guidance. When you're too busy or overwhelmed with distractions, it becomes difficult to hear the quiet, intuitive nudges that can guide you toward the right course of action. This is why it's essential to quiet your mind through practices like meditation, journaling, or simply being present with your thoughts. As you create this space for stillness and clarity, you become more attuned to your inner guidance. When you take the time to listen to yourself and connect with your desires, the path forward often becomes clearer. Your intuition will start to provide subtle clues or signals about the actions you need to take. These signals can come in many forms: an idea that pops into your head, a strong desire to reach out to someone, or an overwhelming sense of excitement about a particular opportunity. These are all signs that you are being guided toward the next step in your journey, and when you act on them, you are taking inspired action. Inspired action is also about aligning with the energy of your desires. If you want to manifest something, such as a new job or a business venture, you must take action that feels congruent with that vision. For example, if you want to manifest a thriving business, taking inspired action might involve researching your industry, attending networking events, or reaching out to potential clients. These actions won't feel like burdens. Instead, they will feel exciting and purposeful because they align with your desire. Similarly, if you are manifesting a new relationship, taking inspired action could involve meeting new people, putting yourself in social situations, or being open to opportunities for connection. These actions will feel natural and fulfilling because they are driven by your inner desire for growth and connection. In contrast, forced action comes from a place of fear or doubt. It's the kind of action that feels heavy, exhausting, or frustrating. When you're operating from a place of desperation or need, your actions often feel disconnected from your higher purpose. Forced action is driven by the belief that you need to work harder, push more, or exert more control to get what you want. While action is necessary, it should never come from a place of fear or scarcity. When you push too hard or act out of a sense of obligation, you create resistance, which can slow down your manifestation process. Inspired action, on the other hand, flows effortlessly and feels aligned with your true desires. A key aspect of taking inspired action is trust. You must trust that the actions you are guided to take will lead you to your desired outcome. Even if the next step doesn't make sense immediately, or if it feels like a small or seemingly insignificant action, trust that it is part of the larger picture. Every step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goal. Often the most inspired actions appear in the form of small but meaningful steps that gradually build momentum. It's the accumulation of these small actions that eventually leads to significant results. In addition to trust, courage is also necessary to take inspired action. It requires courage to act on your intuition, especially when the outcome is uncertain or when fear of failure creeps in. But remember that inspired action often requires you to step outside your comfort zone. It is in those moments of discomfort that growth and transformation happen. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to take action in spite of it. When you trust your intuition and have the courage to follow it, you open the door to limitless possibilities. Another important aspect of inspired action is being open to unexpected opportunities. Often, manifestation works in ways that you may not anticipate. You may set a clear intention for something, but the path to that desire may unfold in unexpected ways. Being open to these twists and turns allows you to take inspired action as opportunities arise. Trust that the universe is guiding you toward the best possible outcome, even if it doesn't always look like what you expected. Taking inspired action also involves maintaining consistency. While the actions you take may be guided by intuition and inspiration, they should still be consistent with your long-term goals. Inspired action doesn't mean taking one big leap and then stopping. It's about committing to the process and taking consistent, purposeful steps toward your dreams. Even when things don't appear to be moving quickly, it's important to keep showing up and taking action. Ultimately, taking inspired action is the key to bridging the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It requires a balance of trust, courage, and alignment with your higher purpose. When you act from a place of inspiration, you naturally draw closer to your desires because you are aligned with the energy of those desires. Through inspired action, you begin to see the synchronicities, opportunities, and connections that bring you closer to the life you want to create. The universe responds to your willingness to act. And as you continue taking inspired steps, you will find that the path to your dreams becomes clearer and more abundant. Resistance is one of the most significant obstacles that can prevent you from manifesting your desires and living the life you dream of. It's an inner force that holds you back, often without you even realizing it. Resistance manifests in many ways: fear, doubt, procrastination, self-sabotage, and even negative thinking. It's the voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, that your dreams are impossible, or that you don't deserve success. Overcoming this resistance is essential because it blocks the flow of energy between your desires and their manifestation. By learning how to eliminate resistance, you open yourself to receiving everything you desire and begin to align more fully with the life you want to create. The first step to eliminating resistance is recognizing it. Resistance can be subtle, and often it feels like a natural part of our thought processes. You might think that doubting your abilities or feeling anxious about taking action is just part of the human experience, and in many ways it is. However, it's important to recognize when these feelings are more than just fleeting moments of uncertainty. They are forms of resistance that hinder your progress. For example, if you feel a deep sense of fear every time you think about pursuing a dream or goal, that fear is resistance. If you procrastinate or make excuses for not taking action, that's another form of resistance. Similarly, if you constantly think about what could go wrong or what might prevent you from succeeding, that too is resistance. Awareness is the key to breaking free from these patterns. Once you've recognized resistance, the next step is to understand its root cause. Resistance often stems from deep-seated beliefs and fears that are ingrained in your subconscious mind. These beliefs can come from childhood experiences, societal conditioning, or past failures that have left a lasting imprint on your psyche. For example, if you grew up in an environment where resources were scarce, or if you were told that success was only for certain types of people, you might carry those beliefs into adulthood. They may create a fear of failure or a belief that you're not worthy of success. In some cases, resistance can stem from the fear of change itself. Even if change means greater happiness, success, or freedom, the brain is wired to seek comfort and familiarity. This makes the unknown, even if it's better for you, feel uncomfortable and intimidating. Understanding that resistance comes from these deeper layers of your subconscious mind is key to overcoming it. Once you recognize the limiting beliefs or fears fueling your resistance, you can begin to shift them. One way to do this is through the power of reframing. Reframing involves looking at the situation or belief from a different perspective. For instance, if you have the belief that you are not capable of succeeding, You can reframe that belief by telling yourself that you have the skills and abilities to succeed and that you are capable of learning and growing as you go along. Reframing allows you to take control of your thoughts and beliefs, shifting them from limiting to empowering. Another powerful tool for eliminating resistance is self-compassion. Many people resist their desires because they feel they are not worthy of what they want. This sense of unworthiness can be so ingrained that it manifests in behaviors like procrastination, avoidance, or self-sabotage. To eliminate this resistance, you must practice self-compassion and kindness toward yourself. Understand that you are deserving of your dreams and that your past mistakes or shortcomings do not define you. By cultivating a compassionate relationship with yourself, you begin to dissolve the resistance that holds you back and replace it with self-belief and confidence. Jeff said, it's also important to address the fears that resistance often brings up. Fear is a natural response to the unknown, but when fear dominates your decision-making, it keeps you stuck. To eliminate resistance, you must face your fears head-on. This doesn't mean you need to ignore or suppress them, but rather acknowledge them and take action in spite of them. Fear often feels bigger than it truly is. When you take small, intentional steps toward your goals, you will find that the fear diminishes as you move forward. Each time you take action, despite the fear, you weaken the hold that resistance has over you. One way to confront fear is by breaking down your goals into smaller, more manageable steps. When faced with a large goal, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and allow resistance to take hold. But by breaking your goal down into smaller tasks, the pressure becomes less intimidating and the resistance dissipates. These smaller steps give you the courage to begin, and as you gain momentum, you start to see that your fears were not as significant as you thought. This letting go of perfectionism is another way to eliminate resistance. Perfectionism often prevents people from taking action as they wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions. This desire for perfection is a form of resistance because it keeps you from moving forward. Perfection is an illusion, and the desire to attain it often leads to procrastination and self-doubt. Embrace the idea that taking imperfect action is far more powerful than waiting for everything to be flawless. Understand that every step, even if it's not perfect, brings you closer to your desired outcome. It's also crucial to let go of the need for external validation. Many people resist pursuing their dreams because they worry about what others will think or whether they will be accepted. When you rely on the opinions of others to validate your worth or your actions, you allow resistance to take hold. To eliminate this type of resistance, focus on your internal compass. Trust your own vision and make decisions based on what feels right for you, rather than seeking approval from others. When you become more confident in your own decisions and less concerned with external judgment, you eliminate the resistance caused by fear of criticism. Gratitude is another powerful practice to help eliminate resistance. Resistance often arises when we focus on what's lacking or what's not working in our lives. By practicing gratitude, we shift our focus from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude helps you recognize all that is going right in your life and creates a positive mindset that can dissolve resistance. Rigid faith. When you consistently express gratitude for what you already have, you attract more of the things you desire, and the resistance to receiving them weakens. Lastly, let go of attachment to the outcome. Often resistance arises when we become too fixated on a specific result or timeline. This attachment to the outcome creates stress, impatience, and frustration. To eliminate resistance, focus on the present moment and trust that things are unfolding as they should. Let go of the need to control every aspect of the process and allow things to flow naturally. Trust that the universe will bring you what you need and that things will unfold in perfect timing. Eliminating resistance is a process that requires awareness, patience, and persistence. By recognizing the forms that resistance takes and addressing its root causes, you can begin to free yourself from its grip. As you release fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs, you align yourself more fully with your desires. When you embrace action, self-compassion, and trust, you create the space for your dreams to materialize effortlessly. Resistance no longer has the power to hold you back, and you are free to manifest the life you truly desire. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It is more than just saying thank you for the good things in your life. It's a deep, heartfelt acknowledgement of everything you have, everything you've been through, and everything that's still to come. Gratitude is a practice that can transform your life by shifting your perspective, changing your energy, and aligning you with abundance. When you express gratitude, you're not just acknowledging what you have, but also sending out a powerful vibration into the universe, signaling that you are open and receptive to more. This practice holds the power to elevate your emotional, mental, and spiritual state, ultimately aligning you with your desires and manifesting them into reality. Gratitude is a tool of emotional mastery. It has the ability to take your focus away from what is lacking in your life and redirect it toward what you already have. This simple shift in focus can completely change the way you view your circumstances. When you focus on lack, you only see what's missing, and this keeps you in a state of yearning and dissatisfaction. However, when you focus on gratitude, you start to see the abundance that already surrounds you. You begin to notice the little things that you might have previously overlooked: the love of your family, the roof over your head, the beauty of nature, or even the opportunities that come your way every day. This shift in focus is incredibly powerful because it opens you up to more of what you want. When you acknowledge and appreciate what you have, you are telling the universe that you are ready for more. Gratitude is also a high-frequency emotion. Every emotion you experience carries a certain vibrational frequency, and emotions like gratitude vibrate at a higher frequency than emotions like fear, doubt, and frustration. When you practice gratitude, you raise your vibration, which helps you align with higher vibrational frequencies of success, love, and abundance. When you maintain a high vibration, you attract people, opportunities, and experiences that match that energy. In a way, gratitude acts as a magnet, drawing in more of the things that resonate with your feelings of appreciation and joy. When you express gratitude, it is not only beneficial for you, it also positively impacts the people around you. Gratitude is contagious. When you express appreciation toward others, it has a ripple effect. People are naturally drawn to those who exude positive energy and appreciation. Whether thanking someone for their help or simply expressing gratitude for their presence in your life, this small act can create stronger connections, foster goodwill, and inspire others to also express gratitude. The more you express gratitude, the more you create a culture of appreciation that enriches not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you. Practicing gratitude also helps you build resilience. Life is filled with challenges and obstacles, and it's easy to get caught up in negative thinking when things don't go as planned. However, gratitude allows you to reframe difficult situations. When you cultivate a mindset of gratitude, you start to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Instead of focusing on the problem, you begin to see the lessons in each experience. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what's going wrong to what's going right, even during tough times. This shift in focus helps you remain calm, grounded, and optimistic in the face of adversity. By training your mind to find the silver lining, you build mental and emotional strength that allows you to handle whatever life throws your way. One of the most powerful ways to practice gratitude is to keep a gratitude journal. Writing down the things you are grateful for each day helps to solidify the habit and allows you to track the abundance in your life. It's easy to forget the little things we have to be thankful for, but when you write them down, you create a tangible record of your blessings. Over time, this practice deepens your sense of appreciation, helping you to notice even more things to be grateful for. It also helps to create a shift in your mindset as you train your brain to focus on the positive aspects of your life, rather than dwelling on what you don't have. Another powerful gratitude practice is expressing thanks before you go to sleep. As you lay down at night, take a few moments to mentally go over the things you are thankful for. This practice helps you end your day on a high note, leaving you with feelings of peace and contentment. Gratitude before bed can improve your sleep quality and set a positive tone for the next day. By focusing on the positive aspects of your life right before sleep, you also program your subconscious mind to attract more the things you are thankful for. Gratitude is also a tool for healing. Emotional wounds, past trauma, and negative thought patterns can create blocks in your life, preventing you from moving forward. However, when you practice gratitude, you start to heal these emotional wounds by focusing on what is good in your life. This doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing your pain, but rather reframing it and choosing to focus on the blessings you have. For example, if you've gone through a difficult time, instead of dwelling on the loss or hardship, you can express gratitude for the strength it has given you or the lessons you've learned. This shift in perspective can bring deep emotional healing and free you from the weight of past pain. The act of giving thanks is also deeply connected to manifestation. The law of attraction works on the principle that you attract what you focus on. When you express gratitude, you are focusing on what is already present in your life, which sends out the message that you are open to receiving more. The universe responds to this energy by bringing you more of what you are thankful for. By expressing gratitude for the things you desire as though they are already present in your life, you align your energy with the frequency of abundance, which increases the likelihood of your desires manifesting. For example, if you're trying to manifest a new job, express gratitude for the job you already have and thank the universe for the opportunity to grow and evolve. This signals that you are ready for the next step, and the universe will respond accordingly. Gratitude also fosters the sense of connection. It's easy to feel isolated or alone, especially when you are focused on what you don't have or the things that are going wrong. But when you practice gratitude, you start to see how interconnected everything is. You begin to recognize the people, resources, and experiences that have helped you along the way. Gratitude reminds you that you are not alone in your journey, that there are people who care about you, opportunities that are available to you, and support systems that are in place to help you succeed. This sense of connection helps to break down feelings of isolation and encourages a sense of community and belonging. Expressing gratitude is one of the simplest yet most profound ways to change your life. It shifts your mindset, raises your vibration, strengthens relationships, builds resilience, and attracts more abundance into your life. It is a practice that brings you into alignment with the present moment, allowing you to fully appreciate all the blessings that are already present. The more you express gratitude, the more you will see just how much there is to be thankful for. And as you continue to appreciate the good in your life, you will begin to notice that even more good will come your way. Gratitude is a powerful tool that opens the door to limitless possibilities. And it is one of the most effective ways to create the life you truly desire. Suruti. The life you truly desire. Patience and persistence are two qualities that are essential for achieving success, especially when it comes to manifesting your dreams. In today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification is the norm, it can be incredibly challenging to cultivate these qualities. However, the process of manifestation and achieving goals is rarely immediate or linear. It requires trust, commitment, and a willingness to continue moving forward, even when the results are not immediately visible. The path to realizing your dreams can be long and winding, and often it will test your resolve. Staying patient and persistent is the key to overcoming obstacles, remaining focused on your goals, and ultimately achieving the success you desire. Patience is not about passively waiting for things to happen. It's about maintaining faith and belief in the process, even when there are no immediate signs of progress. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as we expect, or when we face setbacks. Many people give up or lose hope when they don't see results right away, but this is where patience becomes crucial. True patience involves accepting that everything unfolds in its own time, and that things are always working behind the scenes, even when we cannot see it. It requires a deep trust in the process and an understanding that everything is moving towards your highest good, even if it doesn't always feel like it. Patience allows you to hold steady in your vision and stay focused on the end goal, rather than getting distracted by temporary setbacks or challenges. Persistence, on the other hand, is the active force that keeps you going despite difficulties, failures, or delays. It's the ability to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you face rejection or hit a roadblock. Persistence is what enables you to stay committed to your goals, even when the journey gets tough. It's the willingness to take action every day, no matter how small, toward your vision, knowing that every step you take is bringing you closer to your ultimate goal. Persistence is the fuel that keeps your vision alive and propels you forward, even when it seems like the world is conspiring against you. One of the main reasons people struggle with patience and persistence is the desire for immediate results. We live in an era where everything is instant, from fast food to instant messaging, and it can be hard to remember that success rarely happens overnight. In fact, most successful people you see today have faced numerous failures, rejections, and delays before they reach their current position. What sets them apart is their ability to stay patient and persistent in the face of adversity. They understand that success is a process, not a destination, and they are willing to do the work, no matter how long it takes. Many times, the journey toward achieving your dreams may feel slow, and you may find yourself questioning whether it's worth it. During these times, it's important to remind yourself of the bigger picture. When you feel the urge to give up or to take shortcuts, remember that the greatest rewards come to those who persevere. Persistence isn't just about working hard. It's about remaining committed to your vision, regardless of the obstacles you encounter. It's about trusting that every setback is an opportunity for growth, and that every challenge you face is building resilience within you. Listen, there may be moments when you feel like giving up, when you feel like you've done everything you can, but the results aren't coming as quickly as you had hoped. This is when persistence is most important. During these times, you must tap into your inner strength and remind yourself why you started in the first place. Revisit your goals, reconnect with your vision, and remember that success doesn't come to those who quit. It comes to those who continue to push forward, even when the going gets tough. Every time you choose to keep going, despite the challenges, you build the mental and emotional muscle needed for long-term success. Gina. It's important to recognize that being persistent doesn't mean blindly pushing forward without reevaluating your strategy. Persistence is about continuously refining your approach and making adjustments as needed. If one method doesn't work, be persistent enough to try a new approach. Don't allow failure to deter you. Instead, view it as valuable feedback and an opportunity for growth. Persistence involves learning from your mistakes, improving your techniques, and trying again with more knowledge and experience. It's about making small adjustments, staying flexible, and continuously evolving until you reach your goal. One of the biggest challenges to staying persistent is the fear of failure. When we're not seeing the progress we expect, it's easy to doubt ourselves and question whether we are on the right path. However, it's important to remember that failure is an inevitable part of any journey toward success. In fact, failure is often the greatest teacher. It's through failure that you learn the most valuable lessons, gain insight into what works and what doesn't, and grow stronger as a result. By embracing failure as a necessary part of the process and not as a sign to quit, you build resilience and fortitude. Persistence means not letting failure define you, but rather using it as fuel to keep going, armed with the knowledge that you are one step closer to your goal. Another important aspect of staying patient and persistent is cultivating a mindset of gratitude and appreciation for where you are in the process. It's easy to get caught up in the destination and lose sight of how far you've come. However, every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Acknowledge your achievements along the way and give yourself credit for the work you've done so far. As I have been saying now for 80 years, from time to time, I will acknowledge my achievements along the way and give yourself credit for the work you've done so far. Gratitude helps to keep you motivated and reminds you that progress is happening, even if it's not always as fast or as obvious as you would like. When you practice gratitude for the present moment, you take away the pressure of needing immediate results, and you open yourself to receiving what's meant for you. And patience and persistence also require you to be kind to yourself. It's easy to become frustrated or self-critical when things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like. But beating yourself up or allowing self-doubt to creep in will only slow you down. Be gentle with yourself and trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Understand that every moment, whether it feels like a success or a setback, is part of the journey. Treat yourself with compassion and keep moving forward with the belief that everything is unfolding in divine timing.